We've all been there, right? You spend hours deep in a project with an AI, getting everything perfectly dialed in, only to watch the chat window slowly devolve into this chaotic mess of lost context, endless tangents, and those really subtle hallucinations. So what actually happens to all your progress when that session just dies? Well, it's a completely avoidable frustration, but it's a pain almost every focused learner has felt at some point.
Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be exploring what's called the Agent Cockpit. Think of this as a masterclass and a system that's designed to completely transform you. We're going from being a passive, free-form AI chatter into an active, deliberate commander of your digital workflows.
Okay, let's jump right in and look at the cockpit itself. This setup relies on 50 evergreen prompts that are spread out across 7 highly organized folders. And honestly, whether you physically wire this up to a Stream Deck on your desk or just use it as a text expander library on your laptop, the goal is exactly the same. You want to literally steer the conversation. Instead of typing out those long, repetitive instructions from scratch every single time, you're using these predefined triggers to actively command the AI.
So here's our flight plan for today. First, we'll cover the AI session lifecycle. Then we'll dive into some specific work cases, business ops, deep work, and the content engine. And finally, we'll talk about breaking through ADHD paralysis.
Starting us off with Section 1, the AI session lifecycle.
To guarantee you keep your project momentum, every single session has to follow this mandatory 5-step lifecycle. It's like your pre-flight checklist. First, you open and orient the chat. Second, you aim, meaning you give the AI exactly one specific target to focus on. Third, you guard against hallucinations by setting strict evidence rules. Fourth, you verify the work. And fifth, you end the session with a clean handoff. Enforcing this specific life cycle means your chat never just abruptly dies. It's actually preserved and, more importantly, it remains actionable.
Let's actually zero in on that verification step for a second. When the AI confidently claims a task is done, do not blindly trust it. Instead, you use the /prove-it prompt. This explicitly commands the AI, show me evidence, not a claim. If something fails, fix it and prove it again. It essentially forces the AI to do actual testing instead of just giving you confident hallucinations.
Another absolutely vital verification prompt is /drift. You know, when you're deep into a project, your planning documents and your actual working files can so easily get out of sync? Well, sending /drift forces the AI to compare your project documentation directly against reality. It instantly flags every single mismatch, ranking the worst ones first so you can clean up your project hygiene before the whole thing derails.
Moving right along to Section 2, let's look at a real work case, business ops.
Now, the business ops folder, this is definitely not for casual chatting. These prompts are wired directly into your real business tools, things like your e-commerce store platform, WhatsApp, and Gmail. They're designed to execute your daily tasks swiftly, doing things like drafting recovery messages or customer replies, all so you can just review and approve them in one quick batch.
Let's actually walk through a super fast-paced tutorial for an e-commerce operator doing their morning routine. Step 1, you trigger /store pulse. That gives you a quick check-in on orders and low stock. Step 2, run /cart rescue. This is going to automatically pull your abandoned carts and draft friendly WhatsApp recovery messages for every single customer. Step 3, hit /WA sweep to find anyone you might have left hanging on WhatsApp, and it'll draft replies in your authentic voice. You just link those 3 prompts together, review the batched output, give it one single approval, and boom, your morning operations are completely handled.
Section 3, our next work case, deep work.
When the stakes get really high and a decision is going to cost you serious money or your reputation, you need to treat this decision combo like a cheat code. Here's how it works. First, you run /compare or /Steelman. This forces the AI to build a really honest, criteria-based case for both of your options, completely without bias. Once a clear winner emerges from that, you immediately hit /red team. This commands the AI to act as a smart rival and aggressively attack that winning plan's weakest assumptions. Finally, if real money is on the line, you use /second opinion to spawn a totally fresh, independent check of the math and the logic. Seriously, it is a bulletproof workflow.
Let's hit Section 4. Work case, content engine.
So, the tools housed in the content engine folder are there to help you render your daily visual cards, batch out your social schedules, and forge really localized, authentic threads. They do all the heavy lifting of content creation, but they rigorously preserve your unique voice, ensuring you never sound like some robotic copy-paste machine.
The crucial point here is knowing exactly when to deploy these specific tools. Say you have one genuinely brilliant idea, use /1 to 5. This takes your single concept and rebuilds it into 5 completely native formats. So maybe that's an X thread, a video script, and a LinkedIn post. Note that it's not copying and pasting, it is native repurposing. Or on the flip side, if you have a great post but you know the opening is weak, you use /hookbench. This forces the AI to give you 10 genuinely different angles, like a contrarian take, a personal story, or a fear-based hook, and helps you pick the absolute best winner.
Section 5. Breaking through ADHD paralysis.
Look, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed and paralyzed by your to-do list, pay close attention to this one. Sometimes you have to shift away from your standard daily drivers and move over to the momentum keys. These specific prompts were designed with deep empathy for the busy professional, and they act as your AI body double precisely when you're feeling procrastinatory, overwhelmed, or just mentally scattered.
Knowing exactly which of these rapid-fire action prompts to press can instantly unstick you. If you simply cannot get started, press /5min. The AI will break the task into 5-minute steps, and it will completely do step 1 for you, instantly handing you momentum. Head completely full of noise? Press /braindump. Literally dump all your messy thoughts into the chat, and the AI will sort it out and name the one thing you must do today. And if you're actively avoiding a specific, dreadful task, hit /eatfrog. The AI identifies that avoided task and actually preps the first file or draft for you, making the act of starting completely trivial.
As we bring this explainer in for a landing, I really want to leave you with this core takeaway. AI is only as powerful as the system you use to steer it. The true power of Claude, or frankly any AI model you use, isn't unlocked by just freeform typing into an empty box hoping for the best. It's unlocked by structured session control, strict guardrails, and actionable, repeatable combos.
Which leaves us with one final, provocative question for you to chew on. Are you still just casually chatting with AI, or are you finally ready to command the cockpit? I really hope this explainer has completely challenged how you view your digital workflows and left you eager to build your own robust system. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.